Yo, wagwan. Tish your boy, Jeton, Legendary. We are here with our first Cyberpunk photo session on this channel. The theme is gonna be Gothic Part 2. Now I know what you're wondering, where's Part 1? Part 1 is on the gaming channel. This used to be a series I did on the gaming channel, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense to keep it over there when the photography channel was back up and running. I will explain how this all works as we're taking photos so we don't waste no time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, share with your peoples. Join the Legendary Clan Sports Channel, become Legendary. Like I said, we're going Gothic style. This is Little Miss V, okay? Vivian Lennox. I do everything in Cyberpunk with this character right here. She a thuggy type, as you can very clearly see. She got her Cholita style on. She's supposed to be half Native American. Alright, she got her LA hat on, which I don't know if I could look at because she's looking at the what's name. There we go, you know what I mean? She got the LA hat on, you know what I mean? The Dodgers fit, the Dodgers blue, okay? She a thuggy type, but not today. Today, my good folks, she's gonna be with the Gothic style. I'm gonna be using 3 characters, as I usually do. But like I said, I'll get into how this all works as we're taking the photos. I'm not even sure what characters I'm gonna be using yet outside of her. I have found my point of interest, my good folks. Like I said, this is not, you know what I mean, this is not the style. So, now that we're doing the actual photo portion, let me explain to y'all how these work and how I used to do these, okay? So essentially, as it says, as I said, it is, we're doing a photo session. Here's her fit. Crap, I thought she was on the square. What happened? There's her fit, okay? So what I would do during these photo sessions are, I choose 3 characters. I only got 2 characters on my mind right now, but we're definitely gonna do 3. That'd be OGV here. This is OGV. So whenever I'm doing these and you hear me say OGV, that's her. Country V is my dark skinned character. She's a dark chocolate lady. She's supposed to be from Kentucky. Okay, I got a lot of V's. Okay, there's OGV. Country. Let me go in order of when I created them. We got OGV. Mexico V, Country V, East LA V, I'm remembering correctly. We got Damu. Then there's BG 400. Then AD. And if I'm not mistaken, it should be Dominican V. No. It's Japanese V, then Damu, then BG 400, then AD, then Dominican V. Shoot, who else do I have? Oh, while I'm brainstorming. Dang, I forgot. I got too many of them. I got a lot of characters. Okay, there's a lot of them. I'm gonna just pop them all up on the screen if I remember. Okay, so basically what I do in these is, as you can see, I figure out what outfit I want the character to be rocking. Okay. Right now we got her fit. This is definitely not her normal style, but you know, when a lot of times when you're modeling a character or you yourself are a model, you know, the outfits is not really on you. It's on whoever is, you know, whoever needed a model to model their said outfit. And that's essentially how I do these. It's not about really the character style, because that'll be like that for all my real all my thuggy characters like her, who wouldn't really be rocking that type of style, but at the same time, you know what I mean, they're great models. If I never did pictures with this character, there's a lot of people who really like this character, because this is not, like I said, this is not the first time I've done these. I've been doing these photo session videos for a hot minute now. This is gonna be the first one for this channel. So I grabbed 3 characters, 1 outfit per character. I used to do 2 outfits per character, but it was extremely time consuming. Doing 2 photo sets per character. That crap would take like 6-7 hours. I got a lot more stuff I gotta do within the day. You know, 6-7 hours, and then the video would be like nearly 3 hours. I'm like, all right, let me downsize. Hold up. So you just gonna watch this many minutes of the video and you ain't even gonna hit the subscribe button? That's crazy to me. Subscribe right now, man. Let's get back into the video. Just a little bit. Let's keep it a bit more regulated, because yeah, doing that many characters was a job and a half. Which, you know, that's how it is. It still takes a long time to get these done. You know, I have to sit here and think of their outfits and whatnot, then find a zone, which typically, like I say, all that can take anywhere between 6 to 8 hours to fully finish up. But if I can, you know, make it a little lighter on the load, then that's what I did by. You know what, folks? I'm gonna keep it a hundo with y'all. The 2 outfits per character is cool and all, but holy, people didn't mind. Because it didn't change much. The episodes were still nice and long. People still got to hear me chit-chat about whatever random stuff I usually chit-chat about. So people didn't mind much. Very little objections came with that. By very little, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think anybody really felt any way about it. They're like, hey, as long as they still come through. But I'm gonna let people know that they're gonna be here on the photography channel now. The problem is it just really didn't fit all that well on the gaming channel for obvious reasons. You know, you're doing gaming on one channel and then the other, you know, you subscribe expecting gaming and then you see photo sessions pop up every now and then. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm like, let me do these over here instead. Cause I got a video series idea that I want to do over on the gaming channel anyways, and that'll be playthroughs, going back to playthroughs, but of games that I actually want to play this time. Back then, your boy used to do playthrough videos, and the problem with that was I used to do like a voting poll where people could vote on what game they wanted me to play. The problem with that was I didn't anticipate, and I kind of forgot about how many crappy games are out there. So the one that had broke me the most was Mafia 3, and then GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas ended it. I'm keeping it 100 with you. My playthrough career ended because of the old GTA games. I couldn't take it. I'm like, man, I'm done. I do not like old games. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. When you play old games just to play them, you know, as a kid, it was a great time. But then you get older and you go back and you play them again, you're like, dang, this sucks. You know, as a kid, it was like, man, this is the greatest game you ever played in your life. But as an adult, you really get to see how everything is. Saints Row 1 with the 50 niggas on a roof with rocket launchers. I wonder how many of y'all remember me saying that a lot. Cause that was this channel. I turned this channel to a playthrough channel for a small amount of time for whatever reason. Even though it started life as a photography channel. That's one of my many issues that I'm trying to fix, is my complacentness, or not complacentness, what is it called? When you have an idea, you put the idea into play and then you backtrack off of the idea because for some odd reason you don't think it's going to work, even though the statistics clearly say that it's going to work. And then you get all shook about it. I forgot what they call that crap. I'm trying to fix that. But it's all good now. We back in action. Okay, the channel is back to a photography channel, which is what it started as some years ago. I might notice that I'm uploading some classics that were here back in the day. Only a few I probably won't upload because they just, going back and checking them out again, they just weren't all that good. They weren't all that good. Let me check and make sure the quality on that photo is real clean. See if they look good. Absolutely crispy. Colors are perfect. Everything's nice. But yeah. So basically I take 3 characters, whichever characters I might feel like using for that session, okay? Make them some outfits for that said session. Oh, let's take that light back to this side. And then we do what needs to be done for a good, proper photo session. Let me reduce this light a little too much light. Okay. I got a lot of characters. And all my characters, like I said, all my characters, I rock them differently. So this lady normally, she's a big time thuggy type. I got 4 characters who are like that, and you usually don't see me do stuff like this with them, where, you know, their outfits are a little less than what they would normally be wearing. What is that line? Her dang jaw. What is that? Where is that coming from? What is that? Why is it there? Not sure how to fix that. I don't know what that is. Where it's coming from. Usually this character, you'll see her in outfits like you saw earlier. You know, the baggy khaki shorts with the Air Force Ones, the tall socks. You know, that real Cholita style. Okay. Then I got other characters who are just like that as well. That being Damu, AD. AD is one of the harder ones. I've never done anything like this on that character. Probably never will, because she, of all my characters, is probably by far the hardest. Her and BG 400. You're probably like, what the fuck does BG 400 mean? Why he named that? BG is his initials, Brian Green. Which I guess in some instances you could use it for Baby Gangster, but he kind of been around for a minute, so he wouldn't really have the title of Baby Gangster. So it's his initials, and then 400 is, what the heck is 400? It's somewhere in Cali, I forget. Yeah, I forget. Actually, let me not have her look directly at the camera. I want her to look somewhere, but not at the camera. Let's go with a billiard ball. Oh. I forgot where. Somewhere in Cali. And that's what that's for. Oh, I want to say, where's the target tools? That's why his name is BG 400. That's BG 400. Let's move this over here. I want her to look somewhere around the camera, but not directly at. Actually, go. Not directly at the camera. Billiard ball. Head only. I'll say I never moved her, so I'm not sure where she disappeared to. And we're gonna move that up. Or this way. And boom. And let's switch the pose to something else. She's gonna keep disappearing now, huh? I gotta deal with this again. Hopefully they fix this one of these days. I don't know if this is a actual Cyberpunk photo mode problem or a mod photo mode problem. All I know is I hope it get fixed, because god no, this sucks. I don't know when and why it started doing this. Okay, you know what? No, for this one we're gonna have her looking at the camera. I don't know when and why, but it needs to be fixed, whatever the heck it is. So, yeah, that's how I be doing these. And I do these with Skyrim too, because in Skyrim I have a photo mode mod where it makes things a lot easier. The reason why I don't really do it with Fallout is because I don't have a photo mode mod over there. There used to be one, but it never got updated. And somebody made a new one recently, but it kind of sucks. Not very good. It is quite infuriating to use, if I'm being honest. It has a lot of issues that, you know, hopefully that person fixes, because it would be amazing if it worked properly. The problem is it don't. So until then, not good. Pretty annoying to use. You like try to back out, it gets stuck on menus and crap. Whoever the fuck made it, for some reason they thought it'd be a good idea to place the selection button and the actual photo taking button are the same button. It's like, you ain't think like this would be probably not the best idea? You know, putting the two most important binds together, probably not the best idea. That's exactly what they did. Because of that, it doesn't work very well. It is, like I said, pretty fucking infuriating. Whoa, what the heck going on? Glitching and crap. It is pretty infuriating to use. To be trying to use the crap and it just doesn't work very well. So yeah, I don't really be doing no Fallout like that. I do pictures on it because you can still make some great looking pictures. I did one recently that came. That's where I was testing that mod out over on the gaming channel. Yeah, you go over and watch that. You'll be able to hear my obvious frustrations because my hopes were put up real high, crashed down pretty hard once I actually started using the mod. I'm like, this sucks. This is not good. I don't know what the fuck people was thinking. Putting the two most important movements on the same dang bind. It's like, who the heck thought that that was a good idea? Get a close up here. Like, who the heck thought that was a good idea, putting those buttons on the same dang thing? Ain't no way somebody was like, hey, this should work. And then you have to use it on mouse and keyboard, but it still has the back out issue. If you back out while the menu or something, you back out the game and then load back in, it'll get stuck on the menu. That's kind of something you have to do anyways to proof and make sure that the photos are good, make sure they're good quality. If you just, you know, move on with okay, we can't back up, that's them crazy poses. But they're not crazy, it's just her underwear are very minimal. So we can't do that. If you back out to check your photos and make sure they're any good, you know, you kind of gotta see, but then it gets stuck. And you have to, you gotta do some dumb crap to make it work each and every time, and that crap is annoying for obvious reasons. And if you don't know that you're supposed to do that, then your game is pretty much stuck and you just gotta close it. Like, who the heck wants to do that every time they're trying to do their photos? Not me personally. That's why I'm like, okay, that's enough of that. I was hoping it would work. I was hoping. I couldn't be so dang lucky. Right about here. Couldn't be so lucky now, could we? As much as I wanted that mod to work, it did not. The light on that side of her face. The lamp there. Head down a little bit. Yeah, right about there. That one was disappointing. I was hoping, I was like, yo, I'm gonna get back into doing the Fallout joints. Nope. Nope. Was not the case. Widen that a little bit so you can see a little bit more of her face as well. This outfit, yo, this outfit. This outfit would be a poppin' shirt design. I just realized that. Because I've been needing some new designs, you know what I'm saying? I've been creating a lot, but there's some few that I'm still trying to think of. Might be one, shoot. I know people wouldn't complain about having this on a shirt. I doubt that would happen. Yeah, it's like, oh well, son. Boom. Yeah, so I mostly do Cyberpunk and sometimes Skyrim, sometimes Black Desert. But I mostly do Skyrim just because Skyrim has the best quality, best photo mode, best looking characters, all that. Meshes are clean as fuck. Everything's real nice. Everything's real nice and clean on Cyberpunk. So there's not a whole lot extra you gotta worry about. Same with Skyrim. Skyrim is dumb clean too. Issue I have with Skyrim is it's just not as clean as Cyberpunk. If it was as clean, then you'd see Skyrim more often. It is very clean. Don't get me wrong. It is extremely clean, especially with the mods that I got. I got some very high quality world mods on my joint, but it ain't Cyberpunk, dude. And that's nothing crazy. A lot of games ain't Cyberpunk. That's just factuals. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of games ain't Cyberpunk. It's as simple as that. A lot of games ain't doing what Cyberpunk is doing in terms of sheer quality. The crazy thing is, I don't even have very many graphical mods on my Cyberpunk. You really don't need that many graphical mods. I have enough to clean up certain things, which is like 2 or 3. As we're on Skyrim, I have probably like 10 to 12 mods for world cleaning. Grass mods, water mods, graphical mods, cleaner characters, of course, because, you know, I'm definitely not about to play Skyrim with a regular vanilla character. The fuck? This is not 2011. I ain't played Skyrim with regular character models since I was playing on console back in like 2013. I was still a dang teenager, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the purtiness of the character. And all my characters gotta be purty. And all my male characters gotta be swaggy. Simple as that. There's just one issue. The reason why you most likely will never see male V is because there's still a major issue. That nigga's head disappeared. He has no face. And I have absolutely no clue how to fix it. Apparently no one else is having this issue. I looked it up so many dang times. Like, sweet. So I just seem to be the only person here with a headless horseman for a male V. Sick. Cause I was gonna have him in a whole bunch of stuff. I was gonna do a street style session soon. And obviously he gotta be a part of it. That would have been her, him, Damu, AD, and East LA V. They would have been perfect for that street hood style. But man ain't got a dang skull no more. He ain't got a face. Just the dang headless horseman rolling, the headless horseman of Night City and crap. I don't know what happened. That happened like October of 2024 too. That's how long it's been. I haven't found a fix for it yet. So if anybody knows, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I would like to have my character back. He just sits there unused, headless on top of a fucking skyscraper. I literally can't use him. He has no face. I did Halloween pictures with him, and I was very disappointed because you were supposed to be able to see his eyes through his scully, his ski mask. Instead, he was a dang ghost. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't like that. I was very disappointed. They came out clean, but I was very disappointed because that's not how I wanted that photo to be. He wasn't supposed to be the ghost of Pyru. He was supposed to be, you know. He was supposed to be a blood who was going around killing people. Or not a blood, but a Pyru going around killing people. That was his Halloween thing. He was standing over a dead, what's the fools with the crazy faces? I think I forgot their names. They got the crazy, yeah, this is the one mission with you and Jackie. When V and Jackie gotta pull up to the spot, you gotta talk to Bricker or whatever his dang name is. Y'all you kill the whole group. Them dudes. That was supposed to be the theme. Instead, I got a ghost and wearing a red ski mask and full black clothing. Like, really? That is not how I wanted these images to be. It came out clean, of course, so I kept them. I wasn't going to, you know, discard them. They came out clean, but was some disappointment. Was not supposed to be like that at all. He was supposed to be a full, regular dude, not a dang ghost. And boom. Alright, one more. We gotta get one last good one. He's supposed to be a full-bodied man, not a dang headless horseman. The ghost of 400, like what the fuck? Like I said, I ain't found a fix. Nobody seems to know what that issue is, like, at all. I haven't seen anybody even talking about it. Like 6, so I just magically the only person having this issue. Oh, hold on now. Good thing the lighting ain't proper. So nobody else is having this issue? Just me? Just me. Male character's head just decided to, you know, get up and walk away. He didn't want to be a face no more. So, One of these days, if I can finally find a fix for that, I'll do the street styles and you'll see him in it for sure. Especially because I got some clean. I'm mad as fuck too because I just got some clean clothes for him. Somebody had finally made some streetwear, although I was a little disappointed because it wasn't for female V, just male V. But then again, at the same time, then shortly after, somebody made some khaki style stuff for female V. Really just shorts and pants, but it was good enough. As where the one that somebody made for male V was a full-on khaki fit, something I would wear, you know. I guess I can't say something I would wear, something that's in my closet. I got a few Dickie suits. You feel what I'm saying? All right, boom, and that is a full 10. We already checked them. They all clean, crispy clean. These are. These came out very nice. Especially when we added the backup light. Crispy clean. I was disappointed though. I'm like, dang, I just found it. I'm gonna say, what the heck is that? The dang billiard ball. I just found a clean fit for dude that somebody finally made. I can't even use it no dang more because he's headless out here. Alright, here we are on Country V. I ain't gonna lie. I've never put her in a style like this except for once during Halloween, but I didn't do the gothic makeup. I ain't gonna lie. Man, she kind of rocking the crap out of this. I have never put her in a style like this. It works. It works. I can't lie. Wait, hold on. I'm facing the wrong direction. Face toward the sun. Face toward the sun. Hold on. Check out the Doc Martens, though. Check out the Martens. Obviously, I had to give her some Martens. Okay, with the purple laces. Number one, I ain't realized the purple on the afro was going to be so dang clean. I didn't even know there was a purple hairstyle that you, or hair color that you could choose from. I say hairstyle. Hair color that you could choose from. Okay, you feel what I'm saying? You're picking up what I'm putting down. I ain't even know. But now that I do, I ain't gonna lie, she might rock this for a little bit, okay? She could be, she's still country, okay? You could be country and goth at the same time. It's possible. I've seen it. That's a dang lie. I ain't never seen it before. I've never lived around enough country folk. Number one, never been on the South in my life. I know I got a little bit. I know people be saying, yo, you got a Southern accent. That's because of fucking Mafia, man. I got stuck playing that bullcrap for 38 hours straight. Fucking retrained my brain. All the time I hear it on my Warcraft channel. Be like, you got a strong Southern accent. It's because of Mafia, man. Never been on the South in my life, but when you're hearing Louisiana accents for 38 hours straight, you know what I mean? It gets your brain. We gotta relax with her. I forgot we don't really do that on her, you know what I mean? That ain't really her style, showing off her little booty and whatnot. You know what I mean? You sitting there playing Mafia for 38 hours straight, you turn a little Southern, okay? And now because of Mafia, I be saying 10 and crap like that. That's not how I talk. But fucking Mafia, man. Fucking Mafia, man. 38 hours. I'm sure some of y'all remember that crap. The game stunk. Had great voice acting, though. The voice acting wasn't too bad. Do we want to keep the fog or go without the fog? Even though she is in an industrial area where it probably would be real nasty. But we're gonna go without the fog. Oops. Too much light. Actually, you know what? Let me go with my full rig. I think the full rig would be good because we're out in the open. We're out in the lights. Out in the city. I typically use my full rig for when I'm out in the city or I'm trying to make the characters look more formal. And then I use a single headlamp when I want them to look more casual. When I want them to make it seem like it's just like, you know, someone taking photos on their own versus something professional. As you saw with these there, we used one light, but we had the two reds in the background, which added a necessary background light. Alright. But no, yeah, it was Mafia, man. Mafia, man. Mafia fucking retrained my brain because I was hearing Louisiana accents so dang much that I started to adopt the slang. And then because I record so much over on my Warcraft channel that people hear me speak a lot, to the point where whenever a new viewer would come around and they hear me with that accent throughout multiple videos, and it's not like just one, they're like, oh, this dude from Louisiana, cool, a southern black guy that plays World of Warcraft. Problem is, I'm not from the South. I've never been on the South in my life. Not once. I've lived on the East Coast for about 6 years of my life. Buffalo, New York, which I know a lot of people say is the South of New York, and it's real Southern, but the accent isn't very Southern. It is and it isn't. But I was so dang young, I don't think it would have made that big of a difference on me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was like from like 5 to 11 years old. I think we were there for 6 years. So yeah, 5 to 11 years old is how long I was there. For the most part, I've lived on the dang West Coast my whole life. This is why you hear me say Buster, and I be calling, like, whenever I'm doing like back in the day, if you go to like some of my real old videos, which a lot of those don't exist, you would probably have to go to like Rumble or something, because like I said earlier, I'm an idiot and I was removing stuff when I shouldn't have been. Check the quality on that photo real quick. Way too dang bright. Holy crap, the color is being drowned. I lived on the West Coast pretty much my entire life, except for that few years in Buffalo, dang New York. But it was that dang game, man. That dang game, dude. Hearing Louisiana accents for 38 hours straight, it retrained my brain. And now I kind of can't, it's kind of stuck there. I always have a slight hint of Southern accent, to the point where, like, just recently I was doing a live stream and a couple of people was asking me over on my Warcraft channel, they were asking me, what do you be saying in your intro? I'm like, yeah, it's probably hard to understand, huh? And they were like, yeah, with that Southern accent. I'm like, Southern accent? I ain't got no Southern accent, but at the same time I probably do, because I was adopting those dang words, man. I just kept hearing it over and over and over. That's all I was hearing was Southern accents. Because I was playing that game for a minute. And that one stuck the most because the game was so dang long. 38 hours to be exact. Plus the DLCs, probably like upwards to... I'm not sure, let me see. I'm pretty sure the main game, Mafia 3 time. The main game is 22 and a half. But if you do extra, it's upward to 51. So I did the main game, plus I think it has 3 DLCs. So about 38 hours. Okay, yeah, here we go. Somebody said it. 40 plus hours if you do the side missions. I was trying to do the side missions, which got me up to 38 hours. But I realized that wasn't nobody really watching this game because it sucked. So naturally, I wasn't surprised by that. Nobody was really watching it, so I cut it early. I cut the uploads early, but how long I had actually played the game was about 38 hours. Man, that's all I was hearing. Louisiana accents for 38 hours. And now, because of that dang game, I say a lot of words with Southern twang to them. Like, instead of saying 10, how I would normally have said it back in the day, you know, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I said 9. It was supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I got caught right there. I said 9. I don't say 9. I say 9. I've never been on the South in my life, but fucking Mafia, man. Fucking Mafia got me, son. Mafia snap. Usually how I talk is I'll either mix a little bit of East slang with a lot of West Coast slang. So you'll hear me call people busters. You'll hear me call people marks. Like especially if I'm doing PvP, I'll legitimately call somebody a buster or a mark. That's what I say. I've said that to people in real life. I'm a West Coast dude. I've been a West Coast dude my entire life, pretty much, outside of that little bit on the East Coast. But because my mom and dad are from New York, I tend to say a lot of East Coast slang too. You'll hear me say, son, man, what you saying, son? Yo, son, what you saying, son? You might hear me say that a lot. I say son quite often. But now, because of Mafia 3, I say 9, 10, 11. I be saying crap with a hard southern accent, and I never been on the South in my life. Not yet, at least. I'm trying to get my money up. I want to go travel around and see some places, you know what I'm saying? But at the moment, ain't never been on the South in my life, okay? I'm gonna have to go where all my southern characters are. I got a Louisianan character. This character's from Kentucky. I gotta know if there's good places out there. Somebody from Kentucky, let me know what I could go see. Where I go spending the money, you know. What's out there in Kentucky, you know what I mean? I got a character from Texas. I know there's a lot in Texas going on, so I would love to see Texas one of these days. You feel what I'm saying? I have never been on the South in my life. But because of that dang game, in 38 hours, it ingrained itself into my fucking brain, and it won't get out. It's just trying to do the count, and I said 9. I don't say 9, okay? This character and people from Kentucky might say 9, 10, you know, Louisiana and stuff, which that's how I got it. It was a whole lot of 9s and 10s in that game. Freaking Mafia. What tattoo has she got on her chest? I've never seen that before. You know, this character used to have face tattoos, but I got rid of them because it was completely unnecessary for a woman who was supposed to be born on a farm. It just didn't fit her personality at all, or at least the personality I made for her. That's a very calm, cool, fun-loving, southern, you know, southern hospitality type. You know what I mean? She had face tattoos. I'm like, why the fuck did I get this whole face tattoo? So I got rid of them before I had started taking too many pictures. Because if I would have took a lot of pictures with her while she still had all those face tattoos and then get rid of them, you know, it would be a little odd. So like OGV, the character we were just on, I wanted to take her tattoos off of her, but it was too late. At that point, I had already taken like upwards to like 700 pictures on the character and already shared out like 200 of them, probably around 200 photos of her. And if one moment she would have popped up without tattoos, it would have been odd. Probably understandable to some people, but honestly, I think it would have bothered me more than anybody else, just seeing that a character who was fully tattooed through 800 pictures, some being actual, like, you know, well done pictures like what we're doing now, and then some being tester pictures. It would have been odd. It would have been odd. I tend to take pictures of a lot of my characters for recreating them, so that if anything ever happens, like let's say somehow cloud saves get lost, or hard saves get lost, or whatever might happen. You never know with a computer. Let's say your dang computer fails or something. Well, if the computer fails, that's fine, as long as the hard drive don't fail. Let's say the hard drive fails or something. I have multiple drives that I save my stuff on, so that way, if anything like that was to happen, I would easily be able to recreate my characters. And then in that case, like I said, if she got tattoos and like 90% of them, and all of a sudden out of nowhere she pops up with no tattoos, it wouldn't make sense. That's where this character, I removed her face tattoos when she only had like 30 pictures or less. I didn't do that much pictures with her yet. She was still very fresh, very brand new character who I ain't did much yet. Didn't even make a personality for the character yet. And once I figured out that, you know what, I'm gonna make her be a southern lady, because I ain't got no southern characters in anything I do, I've realized. So I wanted a southern character, and I'm like, well, if she's gonna be the, you know, kind of semi run-of-the-mill southern type, the face tattoos really ain't gonna work that much. I'm sure there's people who rock face tattoos from the South. Obviously, being from a spot really doesn't determine what you decide to do, but it just didn't make sense for the character to have face tattoos. As were some of my other characters that do have face tattoos, it makes a little bit more sense for them. You know, a lot of conservative folks and people who come from conservative backgrounds tend to follow that line a bit, even in their adulthood, where they might do things that their parents would not have let them. But face tattoos is pretty extreme. Not a lot of people are really down with face tattoos, for good reason. You know, unless you have something legit and stable that you got going on, and face tattoos aren't gonna harm that. A lot of times, unfortunately, face tattoos ain't always the best idea, especially if you're stuck working basic jobs. You know they be on that bullcrap. No face tattoos. You want when you're scaring customers. Not a lot of people really see. I guess it depends on the person. Me personally, I don't see tattoos as a scary thing. So if I walked into a spot to get me some food, right, and the person I'm asking to get my food got face tattoos, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, he's got face tattoos, I want food from him. I don't give a crap what the fuck he got on his face. Let me get my dang food. You feel what I'm saying? Let me get my food. But a lot of job places don't see it that way. They don't see it that way. If you got face tattoos, you're bad for business. Most people walking into places do not give a crap. Like, let me get my food so I can be on my dang way. I got places to be. Face tattoos ain't holding me up. I ain't worried about that. Let me get my motherfucking food, bro. But it didn't make a whole lot of sense for this character to have face tattoos. As for some of my characters, they still got their face tattoos, and that's how they gonna be. And V, she got her neck tattoo. I was gonna keep the neck tattoo. It was the body tattoos I wanted to get rid of. Like, you know, just cause some, you know, it was one of those, you know, just cause somebody from, you know, wherever they might be from, don't mean they're gonna have tattoos. And if somebody is from this area, they might have tattoos, even if they grew up with a, you know, a really good family and a silver spoon in their mouth. You know, it really, where you're from really doesn't determine it. I was getting ready to get rid of her tattoos just because I felt like, I'm like, man, she probably would be a little better without them. But it was too late. I had too many photos. There were too many photos to get rid of them. Then, like, whatever. You look great. Let's see. What's the quality on these? Fucking immaculate. That's what the quality is on these. I've stepped up my game once more. Okay. I was trying too hard to sharpen the looks of my photos when I realized that a lot of times, where the fuck is all the cars and people at? Did I turn them off and forget? Oh, okay. I'm like, it's a little dead out here. I don't know if y'all seen what I'm seeing. I used to try to overly sharpen my images, and then I kind of realized that's not exactly the cleanest way to do things. A lot of times when you see people's real life photos, including my own, you really want to make it as soft and clean as possible, because that's just real life. You know, when you look at stuff, there's no hard edges and whatnot. I don't know why I call this vehicle. We're about to switch to the last character. Alrighty, my good folks. We are on Mama V. I've tried my best to make her look like 1980s style GOTH, considering this is supposed to be one of my older characters. Okay. Room is a little dark though. I can't really see what the heck I'm looking at. Put some more light up in this piece. I'm about to say, what kind of light is that? She is kind of standing in front of it. I can't see, yo. Is this a couch? It is a couch. There we go. But this might work. I'll try my best to make her look like she's straight out of the 80s, because this is Mama V, who is supposed to be OGV's mother. She's an old lady. Okay. I had to make sure the aesthetic was right. It's close enough. It's close enough, okay? The main thing I don't like is that ridiculous hairstyle, but when I looked it up, that's like the closest thing you can get here in Cyberpunk. I ain't see nobody make nothing. So I was, you know what I mean? I had to do what I could do to make her look like she's straight out of the 80s. Okay, not a fan of the hair, but she looked good. She looked good still, so it's all good. This character right here, okay, she's supposed to be about in her 50s. I'm gonna say like probably like 56 maybe. I think I did a pretty good job. I would say she does look like an older woman, just a very healthy older woman. You know, it all depends on how well a person can take care of themselves. It's supposed to be Mama V It's funny too, I was doing a photo shoot with this character some time ago. It was a 1950s theme. You know, a dude had got mad at me because I... So check this out, right? The video is still up, of course, but his comment, he deleted it after I had said what I had said to him. He was a little too upset. It was kind of weird. Okay. So in that video, I was doing 1950s theme pinup themes. Right? And she was in it, obviously, as an older woman. I'm like, she would work perfectly in it. You know, she's not that old, but, you know, it would work. So, but in that episode, my other two characters, the two younger characters, I had them a little more, you know what I mean, saucy in their outfit. As were her, she was more classy, more pinup. Okay? The other two were more playboy, she was more pinup. No, a fool got mad. I'm like, in the video, I think I had said something along the lines of she's an older woman, so I want her to be, you know, more conservative in her style, because, you know, older women typically are like that. Am I wrong? Most older women ain't gonna be doing the same crap they was doing when they was younger. So, I was trying to make it realistic. As an older character, okay, who's supposed to be about 55, 56, she ain't gonna be doing all the crazy crap she was doing when she was younger. Simple as that. That's realistic. Is it not? Right? He got mad as fuck. He went on a full-on tangent, a full-on rant. I mean, like a full-page essay on how I was wrong and how I don't know what I'm talking about. And basically, he was mad that she wasn't dressed the same way as the other characters were dressed. I'm like, son. I'm like, number one, what does all that you just typed have to do with my 3D pixel character? She's not real, okay? So the personality that I decided to make this character have reflects on nothing but what I decided to make this character act like. Number one. Number two, you just put down this whole rant because you're mad that I didn't make the character as openly dressed as the other characters. The comment was going the next day. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I know you ain't just going a whole rant on how I'm wrong and older women. He said something about like older women are just mirror images of their younger selves and how they still do these things and those things. I'm like, maybe some, but definitely not all. And my character, mind you, who is not real, what does any of this gotta do with anything? That boy was mad. I'm like, yeah, I know. He ain't even real, son. He ain't even real. Is it a great looking character? Yes. She's a character. Like, holy, you wrote a whole 10-page essay. Somebody else had said something too. They were like, wow, okay. You're passionate about the wrong thing somewhere along that line. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? He ain't even real, son. Relax. Could never meet this character. Why? Because she doesn't exist. She's a character that I created. And if I want my character to act how most older women act, that's how my character will be. The fuck? Man, God. Like, he was like, no joke, furious at the fact that she wasn't dressed the same way. I guess he thought she looked the best. Maybe he had a thing for older women. I can't say I did a good job because I did manage to make this character look older, which is not very easy considering V is only like 22, 23 years old, young as fuck. I want to say probably 20 to 23 years old. It's like, chill, son. Yo, son, chill, son. It ain't even like that, son. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what's funny, too? Now that I'm thinking about it? How I was saying I say son a lot. That's not even Buffalo. That's like Staten Island. That's like Bronx. 90s Staten Island or Bronx. Whenever I do that, I'm really just copying the way Raekwon the chef says it from Wu-Tang. Now that I'm thinking about it. That's not even Buffalo. I don't know Buffalo slang, honestly. I was too young. I didn't really hear... I mean, I heard a lot of people talk. I was around a lot. but not enough to recognize if people were really having a specific slang that was any different from the rest of New York. I know pretty much all of the boroughs say son. That was just New York at the time. That was just New York at the time. It was just a specific way that Staten Islanders would say it versus everybody else that I thought was just a little bit more swaggy. Everybody else was way harder with it, maybe a little too hard. You know how people like to overly be tough. So instead of saying that, you know, the son and being smooth with it, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is, son? Come on, son. They'd be like, man, whatever, son. Whatever, son. It's like, okay, relax. Relax, alright? There's no need to be angry all the time. Be chill at least one of these days, okay? I should put a dang guitar on her back. Hold on, do I have it? I think I do have a guitar, actually. Guitar. Acoustic guitars. Whose guitar is the prettiest? That's what I need to know. Whose guitar is the fanciest? Okay, that's a regular... Okay, yeah, that's an acoustic guitar for sure. Just a regular wood joint. I need an electric guitar. I'm guessing that one of the dudes would be the special looking. Carrie, Johnny, and them. Theirs is probably gonna be custom. What is that, wood? Dude, I already like Carrie's. I'm gonna stick with his. And he got the square handle. I don't know what it is, but I love those square handles. They're weird looking, but they're unique. I don't know much about guitars because I don't play guitar. But whenever I see those, I'm like, that's fancy. Oh, fancy. I can't lie, man. Not that way, though. I'm about to put it on her back the wrong direction. How do I twirl this dang thing? Ah, shoot, I don't think I can. I forgot about that. I just wanted to put a dang guitar on her back, man. No. No. Let me spin! What the fuck? Okay, I don't know about that advanced movement. That look crazy. Alright. No guitar on her back. You can't spin it. I forgot about that. You can't spin that joint. Okay, let me add a little extra light in this room. I feel like it's a little darker than I want it to be in here. Go this direction, make it more of a bronze color. Brighten up that side a little bit. Not too much, just enough. That should be. Okay, yeah. It's a little dark over there. A little dark. Move it back a little. Out there. That should be good. Bring a little bit more, a little bit better lighting quality. Right about there. In this tiny little room, unfortunately, I'm in regular ultra graphics, so I don't think a light blocker is going to work very well. Wish it did, but for some reason, light blocker on ultra graphics doesn't do any dang thing. I want to block off the background, but yeah, for some reason, it does nothing. You know, regular ultra graphics, which doesn't make sense because it's not like I'm in low graphics. Typically, I would do photos in ray tracing ultra, but I've kind of realized recently that there's a quality difference with regular ultra graphics that ray tracing ultra doesn't have a lot of the times. But then again, at the same time, because we're in this tiny room, we might be fine. It's when you're out in the open world, for some reason, ray tracing ultra doesn't look as good as it used to. Oops. There's something about it that drowns out color and whatnot. It's pretty ugly. Typically, I would do my stuff in ray tracing ultra with the exact joints you see me doing now. Kind of why I'm able to just fly through them right now, because I know what I'm looking for. Typically, ray tracing ultra is how I do things. But as of recently, it's just looked really bad for some reason. I've just been doing stuff in regular ultra because it looks really good for some reason. Like, really good. I'm not sure why that is. Kind of annoying because, you know, ray tracing ultra gives you that quality, but at the same time, regular ultra is now giving me superb quality. Whereas, like, I don't even think I really need ray tracing anymore. Like, the quality of the photos I've been able to do as of recently without ray tracing has been just fine. And you don't really have to deal with the lag either. It is decent, but it ain't that good. Look about the same. But now I would be able to use a light blocker. For some reason, light blocker does not work on regular ultra. I don't really need to change much because it didn't change much in the first place. Yeah, that dude was he was not happy. You gotta relax, son. Promptly deleted his own comment. Never been that serious. He ain't even real, son. One of them dudes, you know, you gotta be careful. Type of dude you gotta be careful with, because it's like you get with him, you're his first love, and then you try to break up with him, and he threatening with all kinds of bullcrap, trying to keep you around, trying to hit you with the manipulation tactics. Like, son, ew, you know what I mean? Right there, good. Yeah, see, we in ray tracing. I can see the graphical difference. But the problem is the ultra is just looking amazing for some dang reason as of recently. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who've been doing their photos on ultra, but I normally do ray tracing just because, you know, you get the highest end quality. Unless you're doing a path tracing, of course. My computer can't handle all that yet. I'd have to do it in 1080p, and I don't want to do my photos in 1080p. Typically like to do my photos in 2K or 4K. Thing with ultra though is the quality has been superb, and I could easily do my photos in 4K. As for with ray tracing, sometimes things look bad for some reason. I've been doing ray tracing graphics for my pictures for a very long time, and it's been a problem for a long time. For one moment the photo will look clean, super clean. The lighting and all that will be ultra nice and fancy. And then, but on the second half, it'll look real bad. The colors will be real flooded and everything for some dang reason. Like right now, I'm looking at the difference between ultra and ray tracing ultra. Ray tracing ultra gives you that cleanness, especially when the lighting is actually cooperating with you. But then there's times where it's the opposite. It's like, what the heck happened to the lighting? Why is everything so drowned out? Or like the issue we're having now is a bit of lag. I mean, I usually deal with this any dang ways when I'm doing all my photo sessions. Each and every single photo session I've ever done on Cyberpunk has had real bad lag. But because it's all about the photo, it doesn't really matter if the game is lagging. As long as you can hear me just fine and you can see the photos being taken just fine and you can see me setting everything up. What the fuck? Come on, man. That selection forever now. As long as you can see me doing everything just fine, that's the most important thing. Which y'all can. Y'all see everything just fine. I left the what's the name up. Like the quality of these right now are superb. Sometimes for whatever reason, it's mainly when I'm doing photos in the open world, like how we just did on Country V, and those came out extremely clean. Sometimes that does not happen on ray tracing ultra. The colors will drown each other out for some dang reason. Sometimes path tracing is real bad with it. It could be because I'm loading it up straight off the spot, and it's not ready to recuperate yet. Or it could be, you know, whatever. Maybe I got some mods or something that it gotta take the time to, you know, advance into the ray tracing graphics. I don't know what it is. Most of the time though, probably like 80% of the time I do my photos on ray tracing ultra. Just because it gives you the absolute best lighting. And don't even be surprised too if you see some GTA photo sessions happen soon. You know, enhanced is here. I'm just waiting on what's his name to update the. That is clean. I'm just waiting on what's his name to update the script hook V. Alexander Blade, waiting for him to update the script hook V so I can download enhanced, get rid of legacy, and see if all my mods that I got on legacy will work on enhanced, because the graphics on enhanced are pretty freaking nice, folks. They're pretty dang. I was messing around on GTA Online because that's the only way I can do it right now. Like I said, until he updates what's the name? Man, quality on that is superb. They even enhanced the dang characters. I used to, when I do my GTA photos, if you ever like head over to Instagram, you see some of my GTA photos. You'll notice that my characters have very clean faces. And then super clean graphics, of course, with the game. They cleaned up the characters. They don't look as fucking wrinkly. So I would genuinely not even actually have to use that mod if I didn't want to. Of course, I'm still going to. This is an added level of cleanliness that the game still doesn't have. But the fact that, you know, I don't have to is crazy. I never thought we would see a dang character update. Much needed character update at that. Fools was too dang wrinkly for how young the characters are supposed to be. Stress doesn't make you old that dang fast. Don't make you that old that fast. I still get, I've had many people tell me that I look younger. It's just the fact that I have a beard now. If this beard wasn't on my dang face, I'd probably look weird as fuck. I'd probably look 17 again, which is exactly why I don't shave. That's exactly why I keep a beard. Of course, I trim it up every now and then, but that's why I ain't shaving my beard. That's weird looking that young. I still look that young. I know for a fact that if I shave all this dang beard off, I probably look freaking 16. I ain't trying to do that. Oh. Some people, you know, some people keep beards so they can hide their small jaw. Some people keep beards because if without it, they'll look like a dang child. And I'm one of those people. I'm gonna look like a dang kid without a beard. That's gonna be weird. Beard is mad scruffy though. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who are affected by the inability to grow a full beard. So I have like a long goatee. Because the hair on my actual cheeks grow very patchy. No matter what I've done, they just grow very, it grows a lot, but it's patchy. The hair on my chin grows very long. I think that, well, not very long, but it's decently long. I think the hair on my chin is probably like a good 4 inches. So it's decent. It's decent. 4 or 5 inches, I would say. But the hair on my actual cheeks grow terribly. So I usually cut those low, keep my sideburns, and I keep a low line because the line on my my jawline, that grows decent. But the hair on my actual cheek region grows patchy. And then the hair on my chin is always healthy. It always stays pretty long. It would probably be thicker if I wasn't living in this dang desert still. But, you know, it stays healthy. That's where, and then the hair on my top lip, that grows very healthy. And then the hair down the side, you know, the goatee pattern, that grows healthy. It's the hair on my cheeks that grows poorly. But if I was to shave all this crap off, man, I'd probably look like a kid again. I'm not doing it. I will not do that. If anything grows improperly, then I'll just leave it be before I ever shave my whole fucking face. Because it's just gonna be too dang weird, okay? Ain't no kid no more. I don't want to look like a kid. I saw this video of this dude that shaved his full beard. He looked like a big 13-year-old. It was weird as fuck. Yeah, I won't be doing that. Actually, I like this pose right here. Spawn a billiard ball so she has something to look at. I don't be shaving my face all the way down. I'll clean it up, but not a full shave. Too weird looking. That's gonna be too weird looking, dude. I haven't had zero facial hair probably since I was like 15, 16. I started growing hair on my face pretty early. So I have zero idea on what the heck I would look like if I did shave it. Zero idea. I had a decent sized, I had a decent bit of facial hair going on by the time I was, why is she looking that way? Ain't the ball like way over here? Or maybe it's further back than I realized. You're not looking at all. Oh, maybe that pose, maybe this pose is too far to the side. Can't turn her head that far. Okay, well that's clean. Shoot, I'm gonna do that, and then the next pose I'll make her look over. I've had a full set of facial dang hair probably since I was like 17, 18. Crap grew in pretty fast. I was one of those people you see in like high school, and you like, is that a grown man? I used to get mad people. It especially didn't help with my voice either. My voice has been probably this deep since I was like 13. You didn't have the bass, of course. Of course, as you get older, you get more bass in your voice, but it's been about this tone since I was like 13. That people fool all the time. Whoa, your voice is so deep. Can you say something? I could. I don't want to, because you just heard me. I'm trying to talk to my people. Be in the middle of talking to your friends and crap, and then you got people interrupting. Whoa, your voice is so deep. Can you say something? Like, you know, I'm kind of talking right now. Nope. You're still not looking that way. What's the dilly with that, huh? But where's the dang ball at? Where did I put it at? Because she is not looking in that direction at all. Ball must not be as far back as I thought it was, because might be pretty far up now that I'm really looking. This thing is close. He's still not looking. I don't know. What? Look at the dang billiard ball. Play some billiards. Huh. Seems to be as far as she can go. That seems to be the max. That's fine. It doesn't have to go that direction. Right about here. And that is, we need 2 more to go. You do 2 seated poses. I just realized you kind of got the whole couch back there, but you didn't use it yet. That is a full selection of Gothic set, man. I think I did better in this episode, episode 2, than I did in the first episode. That first episode was cool, but it was more of a... Actually, you know what? No, it was... Never mind. No, I remember it now. No, it wasn't bad at all. There wasn't as much black clothing, though. I feel like in that one, I didn't do enough black clothing. It's kind of like one of the main things that a lot of folks would put with a Gothic style. A lot of dark clothes. That one was more... I think I went a little too professional on some of those versus, you know, trying to make it look like, you know, people just doing their thing. Actually, these might be decent. Oh yeah, no, this would be cool. Boots and all. Dang Doc Martens. I was trying to give her that 1980s style since she's supposed to be in her 50s. That's when she would have had, you know, that's when she would have been doing, that's when she would have been at her, at hyper young age. 20 something. 20 something, I would think. 56, that means she would have had to been, it's 2025, that means she would have had to been born in 68, right? So in 80 something, yeah, she would have been about. She would have been about what, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, somewhere around that range, maybe. I'm not very good at math, so I could be off. My math is whack, so I might be off. Either way, 80s, late 80s, and early 90s, I'm gonna say. Late 80s, early 90s is probably, you know what I mean, the time frame of when this character would have been in her 20s, I'm guessing. Right there. And let's have her not look at the camera. With the docs on, man. I need to give me some more dang boots myself now that I'm thinking about it. I only got like... Ah! 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 Oh snap, that was a good stretch. That's one of them stretches right there, boy. God, no. Give me some more boots, man. I only got like one pair of Timbs and a couple other boots. My problem is I would have had more Timbs if Timberland's loser selves didn't get rid of the ability to make custom boots. Talking about we want to give you guys our own designs. They ain't sent a single design in even close to what I was creating on their custom boots webs joints creator joint. They ain't made nothing popping yet, man. Like, y'all got rid of the custom boots for just to give us a bunch of regular freaking boots, and then some weird boots too. Bring the dang customization back. Oh, I'll spend some money on some boots. I'd probably go broke off them boots. You know what I mean? I mean, it wouldn't take very long for that to happen, but I would still, I'm gonna add me some boots, man. We want to give you guys our cool original designs. And crap been whack. Only pair of Timbs I ever bought since they did that was the original Butters. I was gonna give me some all black joints, but that's about it. Maybe some brown ones too. Gotta have the earth boots. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have some earth boots. That's about it. If they would have still had the customization joint, like I said, I would have went broke off them boots, man. I would have bought like 5-6 pairs, dude. All my own customs. Them joints was expensive too, like $200, $210, $220, $230. But I mean, it was your own customs. I would have been willing. I wouldn't have actually gone broke off of it, but whenever I would have the necessary extra little bit of cash on the side that I'm not using for anything too important, man, I would have had me some extra Timbs. Alright, let's make sure all these look good. They gotta at least match the first one. I kind of just realized I never replicated the first. Matter of fact, let me delete the first one because I forgot that wasn't on ray tracing. So we don't want it to look too noticeably different. Oh, that's a good one. Back up a little bit for this one. I kind of realized we were kind of semi-close for a lot of these. It's gonna be Mama V in 80s golf. It's perfect. With the way this character is, she definitely would not have been in the gothic style back in the 80s. She definitely would have been thuggy type, just like her husband was. Just like little Miss V ended up being, you know what I mean? But it works because of her age. How I was actually able to make this character look older, which was no easy task. It took a hot minute. I had to use a lot of the features that when you combine them, they make an older looking character. Doesn't actually make her older by much in a technical sense, but because these certain features have an older look to them, that's how I was able to make her look older than she actually is. As I said, V is probably like in their early 20s. I don't even think they're 24 yet, realistically. They're probably like 20, 21, 22. Maybe 23. They're the youngest in the game by far. That's why everybody calls them kid. Because in terms, kind of is. I think the next oldest, I think the next youngest person might be Judy at maybe 26, 27. Everybody else is older. Jackie's like 30 something. Because his mama, she old as fuck. She gotta be like 60 something. So, with V being so dang young, it's no easy task trying to, you know, make a character look older. I think I pulled it off. She has a slight bit of age look to it. Just a healthy one. I've seen some 40, 50 years olds who look at them as like, dang, that fool might be way younger than I realized. Shoot, I just saw that recently with the I was watching. Some dude on YouTube, his name is like Kevin Lang. One of his videos popped up and I was kind of interested, so I watched it. And one of the women on there, she said she was 57. She ain't look 57. She look about 37 at best. No, what? That was the plan there. That was the plan there, to make the character look as old as I could possibly make her look. Which, of course, like I said, no easy task. But yeah, I think with the features that I put together, it gave her an older look. I guess it depends on the person, too, though. I'm sure some people probably don't see it, but I would say she got that older look. And that is it, my good folks. That is a full 3 sets, 3 characters. Alright. I gotta edit this video and work on some more photos. I just did a bunch of stuff on Forza. So look here, folks. I'm gonna need y'all to do a couple of things, okay? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. Share with people to join Legendary Claim Sports to become legendary. What is this room to again? Oh shoot, there's actually people in here? Where the heck we at? Oh, I can't move. It's lagging like crazy. Where the heck is this? Ain't this like the joint when you're on the Johnny? Oh shoot, I don't want to spoil nothing. This is a place for one of the endings. I don't know if I'm gonna spoil a little bit of the story. Where the heck is this at normally? Time machine? Oh, we still lagging like crazy. Wait, this is an actual place. I never realized that. Not like I drive around super often, but I didn't hear that. It's still lagging. But anyways, yeah, I just realized that. I never realized that this was an actual place you can pull up to. This has been your boy, GOTH, Legendary. If you enjoyed this video, that's good. If you didn't enjoy this video, that's good. Either way, you watched it. There's gonna be a whole lot more of these. Because, you know, channel is back in action. Back to its photography roots where it started some many years ago. Before I turned it into a gaming channel and then a playthrough channel. And then back into a gaming channel and then a photography channel again. And now it's back into a photography channel again. Oh no, it was a shorts channel at one point. I know, I'll be messing up, man. What the heck do they call it when someone does something but they never stick to it and they try something else? I forget, but look, it's back now, okay, and ain't changing nothing else. I ain't changing crap else. Everything's gonna stay the way it's supposed to fucking be. Hit that subscribe button.